Once again, we have a motion from Fianna Fail that does address a very real issue that impacts cruelly, in this case on 35,000 pensioners and more to come, inflicting a cut of between €15 and €30 a week on them. A lot of money over the course of 1 year, never mind the course of whatever retirement life you have left. But again, we have a motion that seems to address the real issue, and I've no doubt that many pensioners out there and in the gallery believe that Fianna Fail are addressing the cuts inflicted, but it doesn't. And I just want to misquote Shakespeare a bit. Like lots of Fianna Fail motions, this is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. It cannot deal with the core issues, because Fianna Fail are supporting the Fine Gael government, which is going to continue to practice this discrimination. And whatever changes they do make will be in terms of rearranging the deck chairs, of appearing to be fairer, and crucially this will not result in more state funds being spent, which will ensure that the savings achieved by Joan Burton and her cuts will remain in place. And what are those savings? And I think it's worth reminding ourselves. They abolished the transitionary pension that workers get at 65, saving 75 million a year, €75 million taken from pensioners. They changed the contributions needed, saving 50 million a year and 10 million year on year after that. And they extended our working lives in an incremental way to 66, 67, 68, and now their academics and advisors in the ERSI are suggesting that they extend it to 70. And they continue the discrimination against women who raised their families before 1994. So this motion and all its pieties, and the pieties from the government, who talk about valuing our older population, will not do what is needed, and the government won't change what's happening. And they won't change these plans because while the trigger was pulled by Joan Burton and the Labour Party, the gun was actually loaded by Fianna Fail and Fine Gael in the justifications that they've given for this move. They say people are living longer. The problem is not that people are living longer. The problem is not that we don't put away enough money when we're working. The problem is the system of capitalism itself and the priorities that it gives to profits over decent wages and decent public services. Even workers' defined benefit schemes in the most lucrative companies, which are turning over huge profits, are under attack because they want to maximise those profits. I just want to finish by looking at what the Taoiseach, the then Social Welfare Minister, said at the time that he was arguing this last year in the Social Welfare Bill. He said, yes, it's unfair, and yes, it needs to be changed, but any changes need to be financed from the same pot, and the pot is only so big, and if some gain, others must lose. Now, I want to argue that the pot is the size it is for many reasons, and not least because we have one of the lowest PRSI contributory rates from employers in Europe. We have bogus self-employment rampant in industries like the construction industry, where the state is actually losing hundreds of millions a year that could be paid in PRSI contributions. You won't take the Apple tax, you won't take the proper corporation tax, and you won't try and increase that pot for pensions that determines the sort of benefits that pensioners will get. And I believe that the only thing that will really change the minds of this government is what the pensioners did when Fianna Fail attacked our medical cards and gathered in their thousands outside here in Kildare Street, and that rapidly changed the minds of the then government. At the end of the day, what we need to do is to have a state that fully funds pensions for everybody through taking it from employers in a just way, and indeed employees, but doing it in a just, across-the-board way and delivering real services in health, transport and all of the community needs that older people have. That won't happen under your government, Minister, or indeed under a Fianna Fail government.
Independence for